are live, I do believe.
Possibly.
So, thank you, Sandra, Mike, Sarah, for joining me tonight on our live. I am just going to go around and have each one of us introduce ourselves, please, if that's okay with everybody. I'm Beth Gray, brain coach, and finishing off my energetics, which is all about ditch the diet and face the feelings. So with me tonight, Sandra, would you please go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sandra Sperling. I'm a eating psychology coach who works primarily with women.
Michael.
Good evening. I'm Mike Summer. I have a business that I have yet to get off the ground called Life Force Conditioning. And I aim to incorporate what I'm learning through my life coaching course, as well as a nutrition course I'm taking and past experience and a degree in fitness training to work with folks over 50.
Awesome.
Fabulous. Sarah.
Fabulous.
I'm Sarah Whalen. I'm an embraining master coach and also wrapping up my certification as an energetic coach, where we ditch the diet and face those feelings. And also an integrative nutrition health coach. Just working directly to help people move along their path to greater health and wellness.
Right.
Thank you so much. So we're all members of the group Nourish, and Nourish is all about us just supporting others in their path as they basically come to terms with finding what nourishes them best. We're not promoting any particular diet, any specific exercise plan. Some members of Nourish are vegan, some are vegetarian, some still believe wholly in protein comes from meat. And we're all open and accepting of we can agree to not agree and absolutely focus on, are you healthy? Are you well? Are you nourishing your mind, your emotions, and your body? So our topic today is confidence. And I'd like to start out with asking, are you confident in your well-being and health plan for yourself? Who wants to start with that?
I'll jump in there. I am daily becoming more and more confident. As many of you know, I've whipped the battle of fibromyalgia and I've gotten that out of my system. And so now I'm at the kind of the beginning of the path to greater physical wellness and getting my body back into shape. I need to reverse what's happened to my body physically so that it can come back and match the age that I actually feel. So, I mean, I look great for 80 because that's how I felt for a long time. But now I need to back that on down to something a little closer to where I actually am. And my confidence grows daily, but it has a lot to do not just with my diet. Well, it has everything to do with my diet, but it's my diet of food as well as growth in spirituality and all other aspects of my life, not just the food.
Awesome. How about you, Sandra?
Am I confident in my well-being? I've made some changes over the last year. After the shoulder injury, when I couldn't do much of anything, health went down the way because of stress, which chronic stress is a really bad contributor to things. So over the last 6 months, I've done a lot of inner work, a lot of readjusting my thinking of where things are at, and healing, doing a lot of internal healing on the shoulder injury, meditating, working on really projecting energy into the area that's creating the most grief at the moment.
Yeah.
And as soon as we stop having ice rain in southern Ontario, nature is calling for my well-being.
Awesome. Awesome. How about you, Mike?
I'm fairly confident. There are always things that I could tweak, that I could do, that I could try. Just being active. And as Sandra said, with winter, it's just a struggle. Cabin fever set in pretty hard in our house.
Mm-hmm.
And the activity level, it's just tough to get out and be outside. Yeah. So thank goodness in my world for the gym.
So there's no skiing or outdoor sports close by that's easy to get to.
Well, there is. I don't like winter.
Okay, yeah, that's valid. Absolutely.
If you look at the map, North and South Dakota, it's not a real cool place to be if you don't like winter. But
right, that's what I've seen.
So the gym is definitely a very good place for me to be. So
yeah. I know for me, January has really transformed my confidence in my well-being and my health. Last year in January, I wasn't where I wanted to be in health and wellness. And one of the questions that I asked myself in January 2018 is, what do I know I should be doing that I'm not actually doing? And so I started making some of those transformational changes. Like, one of the things I didn't want to do consistently was green drink for breakfast. Just, that is not my favorite way to start the day. Okay. But I decided I was going to try that. And I was going to try it consistently, not just for 3 days, not just for a week, but I'm going to give this 3 months. And if there's no change, that's it. I'm done. I tried it. Unfortunately, it was better. So I didn't have the excuse of, well, that didn't work, so now I can stop doing that. One of the other things I did was that I knew that psyllium would help my gut slow down and allow me to absorb my food and nutrients better. And I was like, well, no, because people take that when they've got constipation, and that's not my problem, so it's not what I want. And it was like, consistently try it and see if it works. And sure enough, it did. Now, this year, I've stopped. Well, I didn't. I do the green drink, but I've stopped the psyllium and all of that part. And my gut is better.
Nice.
But it was consistent work. And the other thing that happened this year was that I've been dealing more with the meditative and the spiritual side of things. So I've been in a group of Power of 8 and doing that daily. And I allowed myself at the very beginning of January to be in the center of the circle where everybody focused their intentions and their love and their compassion on me and my gut and said, we see it completely well. Now, was it a miracle that took a year, or was it a miracle that took a day? I don't know. And I'll never know because I didn't leave taking the psyllium until about 2 weeks after that. But for me, it was just that, okay, well, just stop taking it. See how you're doing. And no troubles. So the confidence of, I changed my diet. I listen to my gut and my body now. And I actually trust myself to know the right answer. It's like when you are about to make a fried lunch and you ask your stomach, hey, so I'm going to make a fried lunch. Would you like some? And it goes, nope. It's like, oh, come on. It's going to make it. And I've learned to trust that if my gut says not interested, that's not what we're having for lunch. If it wants to steam vegetables, oh, well, I guess we'll have steamed vegetables then. Not very excited about them.
Just put some nutritional yeast on them. They'll taste great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's just that recognition of confidence in my well-being is trusting my gut to say, not interested in that, what you're planning.
Yep.
It's also listening when I'm going to do exercise of what does my body feel like? Not that voice that says, I don't want to do any at all. Not that voice. but the general feeling in your body of this is how much I can handle.
I have the definition of confidence here I'd like to read. Mm-hmm. And I think it can be applied, obviously, for anything that we are trying or doing. A feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. Mm-hmm. And I know I've done this over the years. I sell myself short. So no matter what is being tried, if it's drinking a green shake in the morning, if it's making a smoothie for lunch on a consistent basis, just as a meal replacement, if it is remembering to take magnesium every night before bed. If we do those things and we notice that we feel different, we notice that we feel good, that builds confidence right there. Yes. That we've tried something, we've done it. Hey, it worked. Let's stick to it. Let's go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And in my case, it's been cutting out a lot of bread and beer.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of some inflammation that's gone down.
Yeah.
Sleep quality is much, much better.
Wow. Okay.
I do like the taste of beer. But it's not something that I will actively seek. Mm-hmm. Just because I know what's going to come the next day.
Exactly. Yeah.
And by doing that and knowing how you feel when you're in a social situation, I can say no and be cool with that.
Yeah.
So
I think when you really start listening to all the signs that your body is giving you, then just like Mike said, how his beer and bread didn't give him quality. I have the same thing when I eat canned tomatoes. My arthritis flares huge.
Okay. Wow.
As long as I eat fresh tomatoes or make my own sauce from fresh, I don't have the issue. So I know that anything canned, processed is a no-no for me. You just don't have it.
What if you can them yourself? Is there any difference?
If I can them myself, there is no problem.
Yeah.
So there is something in the processing that causes it to flare. So you need to really pay attention to what signs is your body giving you. That gives you the confidence to go and move forward and say, oh, I know what my body really needs.
Yeah.
So I have a question for each of you. How confident are you that negative thinking causes illness?
I'm pretty confident that if I allow myself to wallow in that negative thinking, it can lower my defenses, make me more prone to getting ill. Especially, that thought of, oh my goodness, I'm getting a cold. Oh, I'm going to feel and I'm going to feel and I'm going to feel. And sure enough, that's how I feel.
Okay. So
Okay.
if you were going to measure as a percentage of confidence, how confident are you in negative thinking can cause illness?
Causing, or like, if there was cause without bacteria, no. For me, the bacteria or the virus needs to actually be present to start with. So scientifically, I do believe that, it starts with the virus or the bacteria. But that being present and negative thinking, sure, I can get myself nice and sick. Hell yes.
Yeah. How about
Yeah,
you, Mike?
I'd say pretty high, just because I think it lowers your ability to think positively and not dwell in that negative energy all the time. Because pretty soon, why would you want to care for yourself if you're constantly being negative? So you start eating worse. You're not doing the things that cause you to feel good.
Yep.
And I think you just become susceptible to whatever is floating around in the air.
Yeah. How about you, Zandra?
I totally believe that negative thinking impacts our health.
Yeah.
It impacts our immune system big time. I have watched, because of my background in nursing, I have watched clients who are diagnosed with cancer have a positive attitude towards their diagnosis, going, I am going to beat this come hell or high water. It is not going to get me. And they come out with flying colors. I've watched other ones with their thinking that are negative going, I've got this dreaded cancer and I don't have much time to live and blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, they don't live.
Yeah.
So
my follow-up question then would be, so how confident are you that positive thinking can positively impact your health?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're more certain that the positive can impact good health?
Yes, because for me, even in the presence of the virus or the bacteria, with positive thinking, not positive thinking of, oh, I'm just going to do some affirmations, but actually feeling into that, living into that, and also with kindness and compassion. Because let's say, I've seen this a lot recently with Paula Ralph, one of the embraining coaches, wrote this article about, if you're getting a cold, just remember it's an immune system upgrade, the same as way that you'd upgrade a computer. So all you need to do is close all the open windows, all those programs you have running, your to-do list, just close it down, allow the upgrade to run, and tomorrow you can open all those windows and programs back up and get them running again. Yeah. And I've had a couple of people say, well, I'm getting a cold or I'm getting the flu and oh my goodness, this is terrible. And I was like, well, would you try this for me? Would you try closing all the open programs and windows you've got running on your immune system computer, all those things you're trying to do, just close it all down and allow the upgrade to run. And tomorrow, can you let me know how you're feeling? And I have not had a single one that has come back to me and said, well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, wow, I wish I had known this years ago. But it does require that you rest.
What?
Yes,
Rest.
I know exactly. Can you imagine? This is terrible. I've got to stop what I'm doing and rest and allow my body to just do what my body needs to do.
Yep.
So I have a lot of confidence that, that kind of positive thinking works miracles.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
And I said 90% earlier, and I just said 100% now, and that's okay because there's a plus or minin 10% error
Spot
with
on.
my thinkings.
In all cases.
Yeah, sometimes it's less than that, but I'll go with 10 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve Simmons says that he's running Windows 95, so he might be a little slow in getting that upgrade.
Yeah. Might need a
I've
whole
got
new system.
I've got a floppy disk you can use for a driver. I have a quote here I'd like to read. To love yourself right now, just as you are, is to give yourself heaven. Don't wait until you die. If you wait, you die now. If you love, you live now. And I thought that really plays into how we view ourselves.
Yeah.
And if we're confident in how we are, if we're confident in what we are doing, life is it can be very good. It can be heaven on earth. If you are constantly waiting to see what other people think of you, if you're constantly waiting for someone to tell you you've done the right thing or you've done the wrong thing, you'll never going to be happy ever. You just got to take that chance and become yourself and love yourself right now, no matter where you're at, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And know that you take those steps, small steps to move forward. And that's how you gain the confidence and you keep going.
Yeah.
One step at a time. Yeah.
Yep.
One of the things that really helped me achieve that level of confidence was a really simple question, which was basically, how would it feel in 3 months' time if I just stuck to this goal just for 3 months? I don't have to commit to this like, oh my goodness, and sometimes I literally commit to it for a week of, okay, I will just do this for this week. And then next week I'll commit to another week. But when you take those small steps and you give yourself that ability to have a small victory, oh wow, I managed to do this for 1 week, my confidence starts to rise.
Yep.
And it's the same even with cooking and meal planning. Okay, so I can't cook, every single day healthy meals for my home and family because I just don't have the time. Okay, well, how about you cook 3 in the week? Yeah. And you start to work on, well, what can I do as opposed to, I can't do this. Okay, I get that. You're not in a position right now to do 21 healthy meals for the entire family during the week. Fine. Got it. Can you do 3? Can you do 5? And you break it down until you get that confidence of I can do this. Well, then, then you build on that.
I think too that when we're looking at all of this, you need to have the confidence within your own self as to what makes you happy. Where are you at in life? Because if you're not happy inside, your confidence isn't going to be there. So you really need to dive in. What do you really want with your life? How are you going to make those changes? And even if it's going to hurt somebody in your circle of influence, if you're not confident in your own self and your own way and your own, I don't want to sound, your own wants and your desires, what do you want from your life?
Yeah.
Then it doesn't matter how much of anything else you do, because you don't have the confidence to say, holy crap, I really want this. And this is what I'm going to do to get this. And this is how I'm going to do that. If I want to have, example, you want your home to be 100% organized.
Mhm.
But if you don't have the confidence to take that step to
Mhm.
clean it up,
Yeah.
then nothing else is going to change.
Right.
Your wish and your desire to have the confidence in a clean home is never going to happen because you didn't take that inner step. You didn't make the first move. You're waiting for everybody else around you to make that move.
Well, there is no confidence there.
There is no confidence there. Exactly.
Yeah. So any final thoughts on this? Because I don't know where 30 minutes went, honestly. I confidently don't know where 30 minutes just went. But just, oh, hi, Lou Logan. Nice of you to join us. Thinking about going into this week with confidence. Any final thoughts, recommendations for people of how to just build that confidence in themselves and in whatever they've chosen as their program?
Just make a decision and stick to it.
Yeah, and just build on things one step at a time.
Yep.
Take it 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time.
Yeah, and I would say, just instead of looking at what you can't or won't do, look at what you can and will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at what is possible in this, because that will build your confidence in yourself, and that I keep my word to myself. Look, I said I'd do it 3 times and I did it 3 times. And it's Mhm.
As an exercise, if you're really lacking confidence, sit down and make a list of everything you can think of where you actually succeeded, and look at that as a way to measure your own ability to build confidence. You can do it.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys
one.
so much. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Gabriella, for watching us. Thank you, Becky. Catch you guys next week, same time, same place. And thank you guys for joining me this evening. And we'll see you all in Nourish.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.